All right, I got to redo this because I didn't have the microphone. I didn't have my microphone the first time, so we're going to have to redo this review for you so you have better sound quality. Hey, I'm Aaron. I'm going to review some stuff, so this is going to be fun. I've just been in a kick lately where I've got a Plex. I've got tons of movies in ADHD. I have a lot of movies in physical format. I've been ripping them to my Plex. I've been watching lots of stuff on Prime. What do I subscribe to? Prime, Peacock, Max, Disney, Hulu, Netflix. That's 5. Crunchyroll every once in a while when I got to get caught up on stuff. So I've always watched movies my whole life, and I love watching movies. It's fun stuff. All right, I want to escape the reality of the world I'm living in. Sometimes let's go see what's going on. So last night I watched this movie called Final Countdown. It is a hot mess. I've always wanted to see it. I've always seen it out there, and I wanted to watch it. And it's been on my list to see for forever. It was finally up on Amazon Prime. I found. And so with commercials, what? I'm paying for Prime. Why do I have commercials too? Get with it. So anyway, Final Countdown. Aaron, why do you want to watch this thing? Why have you been wanting to watch it for so many years? All right, this thing came out in 1980. Let's read the synopsis of this movie. A modern aircraft carrier is thrown back in time to 1941 near Hawaii, just hours before the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. Okay, color me interested. How does that happen? So I watched this movie last night because I was in the mood after the Olympics. There's no figure skating on. My wife's got me hooked on figure skating this year. So anyway, we watched the Olympic things we wanted to watch on replay on Peacock. So I'm like, it's only 8:00. I don't want to doom scroll on TikTok for the next 4 hours. Let's watch a movie. There's thousands and hundreds of thousands of movies out there. Let's watch it. So I picked this one out of the hat and said, I'm going to watch Final Countdown. I got a feeling this is going to be the stupidest movies I've ever seen. And Aaron wasn't wrong. This movie is an hour and 43 minutes long. And if you like to watch planes take off and the intricate workings of an aircraft carrier, a USS aircraft carrier, for an hour and 40 minutes, this is your movie. If you ever served on the USS Nimitz in the past and want to walk down memory lane, this is the movie to watch. There is no story. There's no story. You think an aircraft carrier in the middle of the Pacific gets teleported from 1980, 79 back into 1941. There's got to be a funky story going. Are they doing some scientific experiment with something and a widget and a Gigsmabob's doing a thing with the scientist? Is crazy? No, it just happens. It's that we're out doing routine stuff. And there's a storm. There's a thing. Zoinks. 1941. What? It's that deep. There's no. It's not complex. You're gonna watch this movie just to sit back. You're gonna watch Kirk Douglas as the captain of the Nimitz. You're gonna watch Martin Sheen give about 5 lines. And you're gonna sit back. You're also gonna watch a lot of planes taking off. We got F-16s. We have refueling jets. We have reconnaissance radar planes. We have multiple helicopters. We got planes. Then they're taking off. They're taking off a lot. They're landing. They're landing a lot. One without its hook, so they have to set up the nets. And if you ever wondered to yourself, hey, Aaron, how do they set up the catch nets for planes when the tow hook gets jammed and won't come down? Or the catch hook. How do they set that up on an aircraft carrier? Oh, you'll see. You'll learn because they show you the process. For me, in agonizing detail, because I didn't care that much. But it takes a whole lot of people. It feels like Don Taylor, who directed this, had some connections in the U.S. military and said, hey, can we borrow the USS Nimitz for 3 months while we shoot this film? Oh, yeah. Can you spend millions of dollars and government money on fuel and personnel to just launch a bunch of planes and land a bunch of planes, or he found some stock footage and just said, hey, we got all this fun video from the military that they declassified or whatever, we can have access, public domain. Man, let's make a movie around that. Okay. So that happens. Okay. I gave this movie a rating of 1 out of 10 because there is no story to be had here. It is just planes taking off, planes landing, going around the ship, seeing multiple rooms, the mess hall. Nothing. There's no story. Spoilers. Because you're not going to watch this movie. Nobody's going to watch this movie. Spoilers. We're out in the middle of the Pacific. There's a storm cloud. Well, you said the weather was going to be clear all day. No, there's a storm cloud. It just came there. It just showed up. I don't know. What is that? Temporal portal. As you're seeing in the screen back there. And then we're going through it. Loud buzzing sound for way too long. Everybody overreacts for way too long. Now we're in 1941. Cool. It's December 6th, 1941. Well, we're near Pearl Harbor. We just left there. It's December 6th. Should we do something? No, we can't interfere with the events. Shouldn't we do something? Yeah, we should probably stop this. Launch all the planes. They launch all the planes, and you see every plane being launched. Lots of planes. How are we going to get back home? Nobody ever thinks about it. Not once. How can we get back? How are we going to get back? What's going to happen? None of that. Launch all the planes. Oh, there's the portal again. Zoinks. Now we're back. D-Day, or not D-Day, but Pearl Harbor still gets that. Nothing happens in this movie other than planes take off, planes land. Nothing happens. No discernible change in history. Is a bloinks and a bloinks back. Nothing happens. So, like I said, I gave this a 1 out of 10 because there's no story. Nothing happens. I do think the actors has got Kirk Douglas and Martin Sheen. Whoever the people sold them on this, they sold them because it got Kirk Douglas and Martin Sheen in this movie. I don't know how they got them. It was terrible. It was terrible. But it's 2 hours. It was an hour and 45 minutes. It felt like 4 hours. The actors did their job well. I thought Martin Sheen did a great. This is the young Martin Sheen. This is a 1980 Martin Sheen. This is young. He was probably in his early 20s. I'm guessing on this. He did a great job. I thought Kirk Douglas did a pretty good job. I've not seen a lot of his work. Never a huge fan of Kirk Douglas. Might ruffle some feathers out there, but this is just me. Never been like I gotta see a Kirk Douglas movie. Yeah, if he's in it, I'll watch it. And I think he's one of the greats of all time. He's made a lot of movies. He's done some stuff. He did a good job in this as the captain of the USS Nimitz. I think he did okay. I think Martin Sheen did quite a good job in his performance. I think everybody played their parts really well. Even though there's zero substance to any of that for anybody, I thought everybody did a pretty good job. Even the dog Charlie, he was the star. I don't know why this dog is so hard to keep a handle on, but even leashed, he manages to escape whoever's holding him. Like, who's in charge? Come on. So anyway, that's your thing. Final countdown. It's a great nostalgia flick for a U.S. Navy service person who served on the USS Nimitz and wants to walk down memory lane. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. This movie is your movie. Other than that, I do not recommend this to a casual viewer. Now, if you want to watch just a dumb movie because of whatever, you just want to pass 2 hours, and say, whatever. Sure, knock yourself out, but don't go look into this movie to be a blockbuster, because I don't think it gets a 6.7 out of 10 for 30,000 reviews on IMDb. I did not look at Rotten Tomatoes, and it's not worth it for my time for that. But anyway, there, I watched it. You heard about it, and now we both regret it.